I guess the first question is working with Matthew Vaughn, because here's this director who's kind of known for making these very muscular type films, and so when you are working on a Matthew Vaughn set, what kind of thing does he bring to the table, and is it kind of different from other directors that you've worked with?
He makes you feel comfortable enough to go with bold choices, I think. He creates an environment in which people can make silly, bold, big, strange decisions. And that, for me, is the thing that I like the most. You know, X-Men isn't going to blow people away for its oddness, do you know what I mean? But it does have, I think it's riskier in its kitschness and in its humour than other X-Men movies have been up till now. And I think that's really down to him letting that happen, you know. Sometimes stuff gets too weird and gets cut out of the movie, and there's one particular scene which I'm gutted is gone, which involved a lot of cross-dressing. But yeah, I would really like that one to have stayed in.
Expound on that, please. What just happened here?
I ain't telling nothing. That scene, images of that scene will surface one day, and then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Perfect.
Pretty kinky, man.
Is he, as a director then, because is he kind of focused, or because it seems like such a huge production where, I mean, he's done all these wonderful films before, but this seems like 20 times bigger. And so as an actor on something like that, did you find that he was very focused on what was going on, or?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, you want all your directors to be focused, really, don't you? But yeah. I mean, yes, he is. But one of the greatest skills of being a director, I think, and I don't know if it's something I have, is that when you're making a movie, you've got a maelstrom coming towards you, and there's 1,000 things carried by that maelstrom, and the director's got to kind of just let all the rubbish just fly past them, and then go that, and that is really important. And that skill is about having 360 non-focused vision. You've got to be able to look at it all, do you know what I mean? And so he lets the madness happen. It's not like everything is pinpoint, sort of, I am the Uber Lord in control of everything. But he lets it happen and sort of marshals and corrals and picks, you know what I mean? And it's a really strange talent, because I didn't sort of pin it down when I first started in the business. It took me a good few years to realise that, or to see that in directors and good directors as well, that because it seems passive, do you know what I mean? But there's so much flying at a director, you can't control it all, you know. Can
those same rules apply in acting? I mean, can you kind of take that and then spin it into something of your performance?
Yeah, it depends what part you're playing, though. Sometimes you're playing a part where you have to be totally in control, 100%, and really sort of shape something. But sometimes you just have to rock up and be truthful in the moment and forget that you're telling a story and forget that you're in charge, because you're not in some cases. Some cases you have to give yourself over. In some cases you have to do a lot of work as a storyteller to make things happen, do you know what I mean?
Do you feel that a film like this is an origin story, so therefore you've got a lot of fans really kind of watching this under a microscope?
It is an origin story, but I don't really think it's an origin story which it respects the history that exists in the comic books. It doesn't necessarily go with the history that's in the comic books. At the same time as saying that, it doesn't necessarily go with the history that's in the movies either. Things like with Scott Summers and Alex Summers, I mean, there are definite discrepancies there, and you know, you have to just, if you're a huge diehard fan of the X-Men comic books, you need to kind of, I don't want to tell anybody who holds this stuff dearly that they need to get over that, because that's disrespectful. But it's not that movie. It's not the documentary of X-Men. Do you know what I mean? It's a summer movie that's they're trying to make successful. You know, so they make decisions that aren't always based on respecting, you know, exactly what people want to see, or think they want to see, or what they think they want to see. It's about getting it made. So I've forgotten what the question is, to be honest with you.
I have a last question. No, last question then. It must be interesting as an actor who's trained to do theater and all that, and then you do Wanted and you do X-Men, and all of a sudden all these fanboys are like, you know. So do you find that kind of, is that interesting for you, or do you feel like it's kind of unnerving when you're on the street and some kid in a Green Lantern t-shirt goes, what? You know?
What? No, it's not too bad. But generally, I get left alone. People don't really recognise me that much, which is kind of cool, I suppose. But it's definitely cool. It's not cool, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I have had a bit more of that, but generally people are positive and nice, and you know, Wanted is such a nihilistic, violent movie, and people are dead nice about it. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh man, I really like your film. It was so, you know, it was fun. And you're like, oh, that's great. I thought that you'd be trying to stab me. I thought the people that liked this film would be trying to decapitate me and sort of pee down my throat. But that's a nice image. Take that one.
Thank you.
X-Men coming to cinemas this summer. Enjoy.